Hi, I'm Tina Voisey, the Education Manager for Tobii Dynavox in the UK and Ireland. And in this session, I'm going to introduce you to Boardmaker 7. As a special educator, I've been using Boardmaker since the mid-90s when we had floppy disks that we had to change over every time we looked for a new symbol. At the moment, we offer a number of solutions, which can often cause confusion as to what's best for you. Boardmaker 6, Boardmaker Plus, Boardmaker Studio, or even Boardmaker Online. Well, I'm really excited to say that going forward, we're going to have just one version of Boardmaker, and that will be Boardmaker 7. It will be available for Windows, Mac, and Chromebook and allow you to create both print and interactive resources from scratch or pulling from our library of over 400 templates. You'll also be able to bring in your old Boardmaker resources from 5, 6, Studio, or Online, which includes your pod books and templates. There's a huge library of symbols to choose from, and if we don't have the symbol for you, you can use the integrated web search to find it on the internet. You can also create multi-page documents for easy printing, as well as print directly to a PDF. Boardmaker 7 will have more symbols than ever before. We will be including 4 different styles, from the PCS Classic, those eggheads we all know and love, as well as the thin line symbols, which were created in a reaction to feedback from our older users who felt that the cartoon nature of the eggheads wasn't age appropriate for them. We also have the PCS high contrast symbols, which were developed to support learners with a visual impairment. There's going to be a second volume of those included into Boardmaker 7. And lastly, we have our in-context symbols, a set of graphics that were designed to be very contextually rich to support people who've suffered a stroke or brain injury. The last time we checked, there was over 49,000 symbols, and we keep adding to them regularly. So by the time we launch, it could be even more than that. So let me show you the Boardmaker 7 editor. Okay, so I've opened my Boardmaker 7 editor app, and it lands me right on the dashboard where I can see my most recently created resources. So if there's something I haven't finished, I can quickly go and edit it and carry on. I can also click on this button and find all the resources that I've synced up to my cloud storage. Boardmaker 7 allows you to move around from computer to computer and not worry about where you've saved a particular file. I'm going to create something new now, so I'm going to click on the New button, and it will open up the template picker. I can quickly see all the most recently used templates, and then move on to look at our bank of printable templates. You'll see that we've got lots of different subcategories that cover all angles of communication, learning, and behavior. I also have a bank of interactive resources, which will allow me to make activities that can be accessed using eye gaze, switch, mouse, or touch. I can add to my favorites area for quick access to my favorite templates. So I'm going to go straight to printable. And I'd like to show you today some of the templates that we have in the communication area. The first templates that I see are grid sizes that reflect the growth in Snap Core First, our robust symbol AAC app. So if I'm supporting somebody who's using Snap Core First, or maybe I think I might be moving towards that, I can grab one of these grid sizes. So I'm going to take the 4x4. And when I select it, if I choose to select from sample, when it opens up in the editor, we'll see that the home page is populated with the core words that I'd find in Snap Core First. I also get a blank topics page to allow me to enter formulaic language to support my learners in communicating about specific topics. We give you a reminder to add questions, general comments, positives, and negatives, because we don't want this to just be about requesting. Going back to my core words, what I'd like to do is create a category of fringe vocabulary around school. So I'm going to just click right into my cell, type the word, and press return. And this will initiate a symbol search. So here we can see symbols in all those various styles I talked about earlier. So I'm going to select this one. Now what I'd like to do is have a corresponding page for each of these categories. So I'm going to go to my Properties panel here on the left-hand side and click on New Page. When I do this, it's going to allow me to create a new page from scratch. pull in a new page from an activity that I've already created. Maybe I already have a board of family members that I made, even if it was in version 5 or 6, that I can bring in to this book that I'm making now. But what I'd like to do is make a new page from a template, because I'd like to have something that reflects this grid size, but rather selecting it from sample, I'm going to select a blank. So now I can go in and choose to add the items that we're going to need at school. So let's think of a few. I'm going to type in book. And then I'm going to add in crayons. Now we use a specific type of crayon at school. So I'm going to go into my web search and I'm going to type the brand name of that type of crayon. So I've typed Crayola. And now it's going to do a web search where I can select from those images. If I'm not too sure what else I want to add to this, I can go over here on the right-hand side and choose from this the symbol library. And here I'll see all the symbols we have available in a folder system. So I'd like to go to the school folder and then choose school items. And here I can take a look through all the various symbols that we have that have to do with school and school items. And I can simply drag and drop those images to my grid. So I'm going to choose locker here, bring that in, and drop it. Okay, to save time, I fast forwarded and put symbols in all of my grids. So now I'm going to show you what we can do to edit this to get it just right. First off, I can multi-select, and we've been able to add a lot of really nice right-click features in Boardmaker 7. So I'm going to click on here, and I can see that I can do things like alphabetize. I can also shuffle them if I want them in a random order. I can then use my properties panel here on the right-hand side. Maybe I want to focus just on symbols. So with a click of the button, I can take away the text. Or I can do the exact opposite and make it symbol only, or have if I have a preference of symbols above a word or below a word, I can change that quite easily as well. If I carry on, I can move on to choose different types of fonts to support my symbols, as well as font sizes and alignment and color. I can also choose from different backgrounds. So let's just do a nice light green here, as well as a border color and a border thickness. These are all things we've been able to do in various forms of Boardmaker, but we're trying to make it as simple as possible by putting everything right on the interface. Now over here on the left-hand side, you can see I've also popped in a few other things. I may want to go ahead and move this word list above my page that I've created with formulaic language. Once I've got my book looking exactly the way I want it, I can click on this button, which is going to create a PDF, which I can clip onto an email and send home, send to the speech and language therapist, or anyone else who is supporting the learner that I've created this communication book for. So here I am back at my dashboard, and I'm going to create a new interactive resource because I would like to create something that allows my eye gaze user to talk about who can help them at school. So I'm choosing from the graphic organizers, the word web here. And our main idea is going to be who can help me. If I press return, it'll search for a symbol. And here you can see it's searching for all of those symbols within that phrase, but I'm going to choose this one for who can help me. And then we see our choices here in the pop-up. So I'm going to write the people who can help. So let's click on teacher. Now, if I want a symbol of the exact teacher, an image of the exact teacher, I can go to My Media, and I'm going to just search for the term Tina here because I've actually already saved images of people around the school. So I can bring in any of my own images to reflect the teacher. Okay, so once again, I fast forwarded to fill my choices with different symbols, images, and photographs. I'm now going to press play so we can see how this works interactively with eye gaze, switch, mouse, or touch.
Who can help me?
And then we can make our choices here. And all the symbols that I've brought in will appear.
Molly. Classmates.
Once we have our map sorted out in the way we want, we can press save.
Saved. Click on the buttons to review them. Who can help me?
We can then assign this to our learner through the Boardmaker Student Center so they can access whenever they need reminding of who can help them. Okay, I'm back at my PowerPoint, having just given you a good tour of Boardmaker 7 Editor. There's a few important points that I want to wrap up with. So we have one Boardmaker going forward, that's Boardmaker 7, but there's going to be two different ways to purchase it. First, you can purchase it as a standard user. This allows you 2 installations with one working at a time. If you have access to a computer Boardmaker 7 standard is installed on, then you have access to Boardmaker. The other option is subscription. This allows you to install Boardmaker 7 Editor on unlimited computers. You then have a login. So you go to your Boardmaker 7 Editor, you log in, and off you go. You will also get bi-weekly symbol updates, the Boardmaker Student Center, instructional solutions, and activities to go. So Boardmaker 7 subscribers are going to get 3 different parts. The editor, which I just showed you, and it will be the same for standard users. Here you can go and create your interactive and print resources, as well as print them out to PDF or to paper. You'll also have the Student Center, where you can create your interactive resources and assign them to your learners so they can access them without you having to be in the same room. Lastly, you have My Boardmaker, which is an online cloud storage area, which also gives you access to a number of different tools. So Boardmaker Editor is that installed app I showed you. You can create and edit your print and interactive resources, and it also gives you the big bank of templates. That's the same for standard and subscribers. But a subscriber is also going to get bi-weekly symbol updates. So as new things happen around us, as new content and suggestions are made, we create symbols for them and you get them automatically. You're also going to get 40 weeks of curriculum called Activities to Go. My Boardmaker is the website element, which gives you cloud storage. Standard users can have cloud storage as well, and everyone can access the community, an area where we can share our resources with other Boardmaker users. But subscribers are also going to get over 4 years of ready-made curriculum, and they're going to be able to manage accounts. So those logins for both editors and learners. And they're going to be able to collect data and see how Boardmaker is being used both by their colleagues as well as their students. Lastly, we have the Student Center. This is an installed app where you can play some free activities that we give you, as well as for subscribers, play assignments that you've created specific for your learners, and create a playlist which gives you fast access to the resources that you want to do alongside your learners. As a Boardmaker subscriber, you're also going to get bi-weekly symbol updates. Here's some of my favorites, including an update that we did alongside an acute unit, suggestions that were made to support the environment, as well as internet safety. We've also added a lot of symbols about life and living in Ireland and the UK. We have symbols about everything that's going on around us, from Brexit to the coronavirus to new social distancing and wearing a mask. If you'd like to know more, please go to our Tobii Dynavox website. Right on the homepage, you will see Introducing Boardmaker 7. This will link you to lots of information to help keep you informed. You can register for webinars. You can also get in touch with your local account manager who can lend you a whole lot more personalized support. So thank you so much. My name is Tina. Feel free to get in touch with me or any of our local account managers by going to www.tobiidynavox.com/find us, or by going to giving us a call on the number provided or the email. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you soon.